Welcome back. I am joined now by Caroline Phillips with the West Michigan Community Tennis and Premier Tennis Center. Caroline, thanks so much for being here with us tonight.
Thank
you have many titles. I kind of just generalized it there.
Yep.
But this is a local tennis nonprofit and also center here in our community.
Yes.
And you had reached out because it's National Tennis Month next month
Yes.
in May.
Yep.
And also National Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
And you guys do a lot to kind of tie those two topics together. We'll get to that in just a second.
Totally.
First, let's talk just a little bit about what the center in Granville is kind of all about, and you guys offer so much to the community.
Yeah, so West Michigan Community Tennis is a 501c3 nonprofit that has been around for a while, and they are just committed to really fostering communities and bringing tennis and education around Grand Rapids and Wyoming and really all over West Michigan, like the name says. But yeah, so a couple years ago, a tennis club in Granville, Premier Athletic and Tennis Club, was gonna close, and that community came together and really saved the club. And West Michigan Community Tennis was a big part of that. They saved the club, bought it, and so now in Granville, that club is a nonprofit, so we still have all of the, more elite tennis programs. We have travel teams, tournaments, all of that combined with these awesome community programs for people who otherwise might not have access to tennis.
Yeah, it's really a blend of opportunities that you guys offer, whether that's, your more traditional club experience or, free programming in schools. You guys do stuff for kids all the way up to adults.
Yes.
Adaptive programs. It's really, there's so much that you guys offer. Is there anything you kind of want to highlight of the many programs you guys do offer?
Oh man, I mean, I could go into so many details, but like you said, it's all ages from age 6 to 96, and then we have our wheelchair and pair standing clinics. We have a partnership with Special Olympics, our school programs, scholarship programs, so many things. We also do have, for people that don't play tennis, we do have some fitness classes. So
cool.
People can come in and do an exercise class. They can just come and exercise on their own with our equipment. And we have a huge program for senior citizens as well, that they're just coming to get some exercise in.
Yeah.
So there are things available for non-tennis players, but we are a tennis club. We love bringing tennis. We want everyone to play tennis. So yeah.
And as you mentioned, the center and the programs as a whole have really gone through a transition. They were in jeopardy of being no longer.
Yes.
And now you guys are kind of, mixing, the business side with the nonprofit side and kind of figuring out what that brand looks like, which is really exciting. As far as this mental health component, that's why you had originally reached out to come on the show and talk about this. Walk me through how, mental health awareness is kind of being tied into the activities of the club right now.
Yeah. So West Michigan Community Tennis is a chapter of the National Junior Tennis and Learning, program, which basically means we provide tennis and we also have an education aspect. And a year ago, during this whole transition, they just decided, it is so important to have mental health education. Yeah. Actually, we have a statistic that for people that play individual sports like tennis, they're 7 times more likely to struggle with a mental illness and to struggle with the mental health issues. So this is very important and a really awesome issue that we get to step into and help our athletes with. Myself, I'm actually a social worker by degree, and so the past few years I've been giving therapy to people, and then but moving up here, tennis has just been a huge part of my life, and I was connected with West Michigan Community Tennis to be able to teach tennis and mental health, which is like insane, the perfect job for me. It's been a great blessing. But yeah, so we get to, like I said, teach tennis, and then we have these mental health classes teaching coping skills, social skills, again, to all different ages. So
yeah, and it's something that you wouldn't necessarily tie together all the time, but sports in general can be such a mental health relief for many people, but really being intentional about that and having these classes is so great. As far as, has that started already? Is that coming up? What can that look like if people are like, hey, I want to join?
Yeah, absolutely. So it has started, and we have an awesome partnership with Be Nice, and they provide so much for us, just so many great resources. They help do trainings for our staff, so all of our tennis pros, all of our volunteers, they're getting this training of how to identify mental health issues and how to talk to those people. And what resources are available for them. So it's from staff training to like I said, in our programs, doing little lessons and really talking about it. Even with our high school elite classes, we're able to take water breaks and really talk through, okay, hey, when you're frustrated on the court or when you're having a bad day, who do you go to? What can you do to calm down? What are positive coping mechanisms you can use? So it's been really awesome to see how relationships have formed from that. And yeah, it's been a really cool transition to see, and just to see it all implemented. And actually, I've had parents reach out to me and say, my child was struggling with mental health, and I've seen such a huge, growth, and just seeing them have hope again and being happy. So, which is great feedback to hear as well. But
and it's really two for the price of one, because they're coming in for the tennis, and then they're still leaving with the tennis experience, but also whatever of this array of skills that you guys are working to equip them with. If anyone has heard any of what we've just talked about in the last couple of minutes, whether it has to do with the mental health classes or the senior programs, the adaptive programs, what's the best way for someone to learn more?
Yeah, they can go to our website, which is WMCT, like West Michigan Community Tennis, WMCTpremier.com. Everything's there, from if they want to, learn more about our summer programs in the parks, register for classes, learn more about fitness. And we have a page too about our mental health initiative with Be Nice, so they can find lots of info there. And
again, there is such a wide variety of programs, some typical paid programs, some free programs going into schools all across the community. So there really is something for everyone, regardless of what your wallet looks like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really cool. Awesome. Caroline, thank you so much for joining us and talking about this. So many important, good, healthy topics to bring up. Again, you can head to your website if you want to learn any more information. We're going to take a quick break, and then Blake will join me to talk